He might be the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen, and he's back at MSG 309, November 16th. Jon Jones, a fight at least a year in the making, Stipe, but in some ways a lot longer than that in the making. First and foremost, 1 year later, is it all worth it that you had to wait the extra 13 months from the Jon injury to finally get this big one come 309 inside MSG?
Yeah, absolutely. Patience is a virtue, and it's if I wanted, and I'm happy I got it, and can't wait 1 week away.
Stipe, I got to get your honest opinion. Because we've had to wait for this fight, the fans, some of us media members, the narratives change. And they're like, I don't even know if Stipe can walk on 2 feet these days. We haven't seen him in a while. When you
Wow.
hear some of this rhetoric, what does that do for you? Does it fuel you?
Yeah, I mean, I shut people up, but yeah, I mean, I'm walking fine. I mean, I'm good. I feel great.
What is what has been the plan for you in terms of toning down the full-time firefighting to really get focused and finish out this training camp?
I mean, nothing's changed my whole career. I mean, I've known how to balance both, and listen, I've done both, and listen, nothing's going to change. And go out there and get that W, walk out with the belt wrapped around the waist, and new.
There it is. There it is. We've seen your partnership with OnlyFans. I've been able to see ahead of this OFTV's Rise and Grind special coming out November 12th, which really showcases the behind the scenes of your training camp and your mental planning for that. When I hear Stipe and OnlyFans, I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of that. But what about this partnership has really fueled you ahead of this fight?
Oh, it's great. They're a great company to work with. Definitely. They're fun, and just they just want to get you out there and just promote you, which is great. That's what you want. It's great branding.
Well, let's talk about the build for this. How much, because of the delay of the fight, has either your preparation, your game plan, your strategy changed for Jon Jones?
Uh, I mean, not crazy. I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's just back off a little bit of training because you have to wait a little bit. But I know everything's been great. Everything's been full steam ahead, and we've just been kind of counting down the days.
I'm trying to figure out, trying to get inside your head. Is this the biggest fight of your already legendary career, or is it the icing, the cherry on top after everything you've accomplished?
It's a little bit of everything. I think every fight you have is your biggest fight of your life. But yeah, this is definitely get that W. It's going to be when I get that W. It's going to be cherry on top.
What would we be saying, or what should we be saying
And new.
about everything you've accomplished if you go in there and regain the heavyweight championship one more time and do it by beating the greatest fighter in history?
When I go in there and do it, listen, I like shut people up, and I'm always the underdog, which is fine with me. And a lot of people would be like, "Wow, this guy's always walking in underdog and always coming out on top."
I mean, are you aiming for for a certain title, the greatest heavyweight of all time? I mean, are you aiming for something like that?
I don't even get that win. That's all I care about. To win. Whatever comes with it, it's great, but that's all I care about is the win.
Well, I'm interested. How long has this matchup been on your mind? Because if I remember, it may have been 2011, 2012 when we were saying, look, Jon's eventually going to move up to heavyweight and we're going to find out, if he can solidify that all-time great. When did it first come in your eyes that I might be facing this man one day?
Uh, I never really thought about it like that. You always think about it. Probably like after I lost to Francis, and then Francis left, and I was trying to get the rematch with Francis, and I think that's when then you start talking about coming up. Then it really kind of hit me like, oh, all right, here we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm in.
Did you ever consider not fighting again after the second Francis fight?
I think about fighting never again after every fight. I mean, since my first fight in UFC 136, I always think about retirement and being a fireman. But I love what I do.
Well, then what drives you to even after a long layoff to still get back in that training camp and still train as hard as you ever have for this fight?
I'm a very competitive person, and I think whatever you do in life, if you love what you do, you never wait. You never work a day in your life, and I think that's the mindset.
Okay, what has been the talk, the rhetoric around the fire station about what you're up against here against Jon Jones?
The guys, we don't talk too much about it. They kind of just let me be. We work, we tell other things we don't, but a few things come here and there. We just, they just want me to, beat the ass. That's it, which I will.
All right, all right. What we've seen from Jon at heavyweight is a very small sample size from that Cyril Gane fight. It's hard to really tell who Jon is. How would you describe what your expectations are of what type of version you're going to see of Jon Jones in the cage in this division?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, his last fight was pretty quick. I think that he'll become prepared. He'll be ready. He has great coaches, and that's why he's one of the best of all time. He knows what to do in there, as do I. So yeah, can't wait.
Where do you expect he might have a strength or an advantage against you?
I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna worry about what I do. It's I can't let him dictate what he wants to do. You do that, that person's gonna win the fight. So I just gotta do what I do, listen to my coaches, and go out there, do my thing.
When you imagine doing your thing, what does it look like? Is this a 5 round back and forth war? Is this an early stoppage? What is your vision of how this fight will take place for you?
Well, of course, early stoppages are the best stoppage. It's best victories. But I really don't care. I don't care if it's 5 rounds. I'm going out there for the knockout. But if I don't get it, it takes me 5 rounds. It is what it is.
All right. Well, they got you at as you've sort of been labeled as, the former champion, the underdog here, but like you've said, have overcome expectations your entire career. What are we missing right now where you should be the betting favorite coming into this? What are people not recognizing in you?
I don't know. I mean, it's nothing new. I'm used to it at this point. I really don't care. I really don't care what people say, what people think.
Well, you've got a great common opponent in the all-time legend, Daniel Cormier. You and Jon are the only two to ever defeat him. You've done it twice. Jon's kind of done it twice, but I don't think they count the second one. Is there anything we can learn from watching how both of you fared against Daniel?
I think so. I mean, I think we've been watching film on him and just trying to pick up tendencies and what he likes to do, and stuff he does all the time. I definitely think so. I definitely watch the fights, and I'm not trying to get on my game plan or anything like that. But yeah, definitely.
How much pride do you have in coming back after losing the first fight in your trilogy with Cormier and not just redeeming yourself, but doing it twice?
It was great. I'm just happy that part of my life's over. I mean, I love Daniel; he's a great guy. But it was fun. But I'm glad it's over.
I
He's a
mean,
tough guy. He's a tough guy to train for.
indeed. Now, in hindsight, in that first fight, did we not talk about the eye pokes enough?
I listen, I lost the fight. That is what it is.
All right, all right. I mean, Stipe, you always have the right answers. You always have the blue collar, full steam ahead, hard work, humility, all of that. It's become your reputation because it's who you are. It's your character. Do you take pride in that side of it too? That you have always embodied a true sportsman. We don't see you talking trash in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was raised. Just nothing's ever given; it's earned. And my mom and my father, they definitely put that in me, and just understanding that, like, listen, you go out and get what's yours. Don't sit back and expect things to be given to you. And I just if you don't go your way, you got to figure a way to make your way.
How much will your takedown defense play a huge role in this fight?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think it depends what he wants to do. He's going to do it. He's going to try to take me down. I'm definitely going to stop him.
Have you look in this time off? Have you added things to your game? Are we going to be expecting any changes in the typical Stipe routine that we see in the cage? We know you can wrestle. We know you can knock people out with either hand at any time.
Yeah, 100%. I think definitely. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I definitely not that old, and definitely picked up some new tricks. So definitely. I mean, yeah, I believe so. I mean, so you'll see. Come the 16th.
All right. Everyone's asking you the same exact question. They asked Jon the same question too. What happens after this fight? Is that even like a thought in your head? I mean, well, I know you've been giving answers that you may not know if you're going to continue on. What would have to happen for you to make that decision to keep fighting, win or lose after UFC 309?
I'm not gonna worry about that. My worry is just the fight. That's all I care about, and we'll figure out after that. We'll worry about that Sunday.
I mean, are you hoping you get that victory and we're doing a big money rematch or
I'm not hoping anything. I'm going to get that win.
yes, I love that intensity, Stipe.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, you don't seem to ever really buy into the bullshit of the fight game. Is it hard to sort of keep that side away, the online chatter, all that stuff?
No, I mean, I'm too busy for that. I work full time. I have two kids who are crazy and awesome, and a wife that's crazy and awesome, and so it's never always something going on, never ending, and I love every second of it. So I don't have time to sit there and hurt someone's feelings on social media.
This is good wisdom for all of us, I think, to take from you in this regard. Is the family excited about you coming back at least one more time here?
The family's never excited. No, they support me. They just want to make sure I'm good to go and I'm healthy, and it's all I care about. And they always support me. My mom, my in-laws, they're all there for me, so it's great. My friends, and I'm very lucky to have the tight knit family that I have and friends.
Do you expect this to be the most challenging fight of your career?
I think every fight's the most challenging. You just got to figure out. It's like a puzzle. You just got to figure out how to solve it.
Well, I love that you're back in here. I love your attitude and demeanor coming in. But if you beat the recognized
When
GOAT, when you beat the recognized GOAT, what should we say about Stipe Miocic, Sunday morning after UFC 309?
oh, good for him. Go back to work. He's gonna go back to work that week.
Are you really going back to work the same week, no matter what?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Hey, blue collar, all the way. It's worked great for you up to this point. Stipe, what do you say about what you have accomplished? Did it go more than you ever expected? Is it exactly what you wanted? Because you do have one of the enduring legacies in the sport's history.
Uh, you know, I just want people to say, it's not even people. I just want my kids to look and see, show them what hard work pays off and what you can accomplish when you work hard and don't worry about the distractions outside the world.
All right. Well, there's that one other name. And if you're going to say, hey, should I ask Stipe about Francis Ngannou? I think people want to see a trilogy. Is that man's name on your mind in any form?
Oh yeah, always fans. I wish nothing but the best for him. He's done well since he's left. Good for him. Proud of him. And he won his last fight, MMA fight. That was a great fight. Yeah, I mean, they came about, but right now, like I said, I'm only worried about is November 16th and Jon Jones. That's all I care about, and that's all I'm looking forward to.
I respect that. November 12th, your
Oh,
collaboration with OnlyFans.
November 12th. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm thinking.
No. OFTV's Rise and Grind. I want everybody to check that out. The behind the scenes journey for you as you head into this historic matchup. Hey, 1 year later, who cares? We're going to see it. Stipe, thanks for your time. And I really wish you well. This is the big one, but that's what you do, man.
What we do. That's what I signed up for. Listen, here, have some fun.
Thanks so much. Take care.